On October the 13th, 2021, Christina Parcell was brutally murdered in her own home, and this might be one of the most interesting cases that I have seen in a very, very long time, and the trial starts Monday. Now, Christina was a vet tech in Greenville, South Carolina, and by all accounts, she was very good with the animals, and people just seemed to love her. Her coworkers spoke very highly of her, and everybody seemed to love her right up until the time when she was stabbed 31 times about the head and neck, and her body was allegedly dragged and positioned, and rose petals were allegedly scattered about her body. Rose petals or roses. So some people are calling this the rose petal killer. After her murder, investigators got a search warrant to search this house. Now, not only did they find blood spatter kind of everywhere in this house, but they also found a computer and a phone. And on those were about 15,000 images of children. Now, that's pretty much when people stopped liking Christina, because she was in those pictures. There are now 2 lawsuits pending against her estate and this guy, her boyfriend, who was also arrested and charged with having these pictures and producing these pictures. So Christina and her boyfriend all involved in bad stuff, really bad stuff. Nobody likes her anymore. There was another man in Christina's life, and that is Mr. John Mello, seen here. He is her ex-husband. They divorced back in 2012, and they were in a bitter custody battle over their daughter. He took the child and went to Italy. She filed charges against him, so when he did come back to the United States, he was immediately arrested and put in prison. But a judge dropped those charges because they found that Christina didn't actually have legal custody at the time. So the charges against him have been dropped. But he was friends with another guy. Meet Zachary Hughes. Zachary Hughes is a Juilliard-educated pianist. He's really actually pretty good. You can Google his name and find some of his YouTube videos. But he also worked for John Mello, Christina's ex-husband, from 2020 to 2021. He was doing stuff like cleaning his house and doing small errands for him, whatever he kind of needed. So they formed this big friendship. As a matter of fact, when John Mello was arrested, he listed Zachary on his contact form. But he also had this conversation going with him on WhatsApp. Many, many, many messages on there. And they talked basically about harassing the shit out of Christina. So Mello is really on this campaign to destroy her, making sure he gets his daughter. And Zachary Hughes came in and tried to help. But doesn't look like that's all he tried to do, because he has been arrested with Christina's murder. A Ring camera across the street from Christina's home caught her killer on camera wearing a black hoodie entering the home. Another Ring camera in the neighborhood caught that same black hoodie person riding a bicycle out of the neighborhood. And another Ring camera saw Mr. Zachary here driving a truck with a bicycle that looked a whole lot like the one that the killer rode in the back of his truck. Now, that's not all. The police did one of those downloads of all of the surveillance. Y'all don't know, but they watching you everywhere you go. They got these cameras out on intersections and everywhere, and they check driver's licenses and everything. And they took these camera downloads and searched for his car, and he was seen on multiple cameras wearing the hoodie with the bicycle in the back of his car. So that's the long, convoluted story. Zachary Hughes set to go on trial on Monday, and there is an issue that has popped up, which is, should the defense be allowed to introduce evidence of the pictures of children that were found in her home? This one's going to be interesting. The state is also seeking a gag order. I don't know if the judge will give that. They'll have to clear those things up on Monday morning, but this is going to be a really interesting trial.